Hello everyone and welcome to the session. Today's topic is all about data types in Java. In the last session we have already covered the variables in Java. We have also discussed that time every variable is assigned data type which decides the type and the quantity of the value it can hold. So in this session we will see all those data type which helps the variable to store the different type of data. So now let's start with the data type. Mainly we have two type of data, that is primitive data type and non-primitive. Primitive data type we no need to create an object, but yes, to create an used non-primitive data type we need to create an object. So this is a major difference between primitive and non-primitive data type. Let's see what are the different of data types in Java, that is primitive data type and second one is non-primitive data type. Primitive data type further divided into boolean and numeric. Boolean has Boolean data type, but character is further divided as char data type. Again, integral is divided into integer and floating point. Integer has four data type: first byte, short, integer, and then long. Floating point has two data type, that is float and double. So this is all about primitive data type. So if you observe character, byte, short, integer, long, float and double belongs to the numeric family and boolean belongs to the boolean family, but all these are type of primitive data type. Now let's see what are the different type of non-primitive data type. First we have string, then array, classes, interfaces, etc. So this topic is dedicated to primitive data type. We will see non-primitive data types in the upcoming session by creating the object. So we can say Java is not a 100% object oriented programming because primitive data types requires no object creation and non-primitive type requires creation of the object. Okay. Then second, let's discuss what are the default value, size and the range of value we can store in those data types. First we have byte. Byte default value is 0, size is 1 byte, which is nothing but equal to 8 bits. In byte we can store minus 1, the values from minus 128 to plus 127. In short, in the second we have short, which take the size of 2 byte, which is nothing but 16 bits, which stores the value from minus 32768 to plus 32767. Then we have integer, which takes 4 byte of the memory, that is equal to 32 bits, and which has quite a long value, that is minus 2147483, that you can see, to plus 214 something. Okay. Then after that we have long, which takes 8 byte of memory, which is nothing but 64 bits and which is having a long value, correct, that is minus 2, minus 9 something to plus 9. Okay. So don't remember this value of integer and long, that is fine, no need to worry about that. Just remember, like, you need to store value, you need to take the correct data type. Then we have float, which is highlighted in orange. Float takes 4 byte of the memory, which is equal to 32 bits, and float, in float we can store decimal value up to 7 decimal digits. Then we have double, which takes 8 byte of the memory, which is nothing but equal to 64 bits, and in double we can store decimal number with up to 16 decimal digit. Then we have char data type, which takes 2 byte of the memory, which is nothing but 16 bits. We can store only single character in the char data type. Then we have a boolean data type. Default value is false. It takes 1 bit of memory. We can store true or false in boolean data type. So this is all about data type, default value, size and range of values. Let's understand these data types in detail by writing the syntax and assigning the values. I have already opened the Eclipse. Let me create a new class in it, that is data types. So as we have discussed in the last session, class name always start from the capital letter, data type. Okay, so I'm taking a name as a data type. You can take any name, but please start with the capital letter for class name. Then I clicked on the main method and then I click on finish. Okay, I'm deleting this default comment. Okay, so this is data type. Okay, first data type what we have is byte. Okay, so how to declare a variable with byte type of data? We have to write a simple byte keyword. You have to give the meaningful name. So I'll give the B and then I will store 10 number in it. So byte B equal to 10. So this is a variable declaration and initialization for the byte type of variable. Okay, where this is a data type, variable name equal to, which is the assignment operator. So we will see the operators in the upcoming sessions in detail, and then I'm storing this 10. So when I write this, a memory will be allocated for with variable name B, and it will store the value of 10. Always remember that this right hand value will be stored in B. So how the memory will allocated? Like if I show you, this is our memory. Then this is a memory. When I write this particular statement, one memory will get allocated with variable name as B, and it contains the value of 10. Okay, so now can I write again P equal to 20, duplicate local variable? By writing this, we create a memory location with the same name which is already there and store value 20. So what Java will tell, you have already the name B, allocated the memory location with name B, then please use the different name. Either we have to rename it or we have to, like, do like this. If you want to change the value of B, now this is fine because see, we are not giving the real type. Okay, we are updating the value from 10. Okay, so let me take the third example, B2. Like we have seen the in byte, we can store minus 122 plus 127. Can I store 128? No, right? Because this is a outside of this limit or outside of this range value, right? So it will give an error. Type mismatch. If if I write 127, yes, it will allow because this is in that range, including that value. Okay, so if you observe now, each and every variable below the every variable, we are getting this yellow warning. The value of the local variable is not used. Okay, so let's use that. I'm simply writing the B. Let me also print. See, now if you see, warning has gone from this B, correct? So let me also do for B1 and B2. We see B1 warning also gone, and then B2. Let's print it. We are getting 10, 20 and 127. Okay, so this is nothing but the byte type of. Then second, we have a short data type. To declare a variable with short data type, we have to write a keyword short, give the name, meaningful name, like I'm giving S and I'm storing some value 345. Again, if you see, we can store the range of value 3 to 7, 6, 11. Let's store. If I write this minus, it will give an error because it will be not in this range, right? So if I write minus 32 768, it will allow. Again, it is giving the warning, so better to print S1. Let's check the output. Let me run the program. It is giving minus 32 768. Then we have third type of data, that is integer. Let me just enter over here. Okay, yeah, okay. So to write or to declare a variable of integer type, we have to write a keyword integer and give the meaningful name. Again, I'm giving I, and I'm simply storing 345, 34543. Okay, again the warning will become, I will print the same. Okay, now let's check the limit of this is this. Okay, so this is fine, completely fine. You can just give the out of boundary value, and you can also test it for the integer. Okay, then further we have the long type of data which contains this huge value. Okay, so to declare a variable with long keyword, long data type, we have to write the keyword as a long. Okay, I'm giving variable name as L and storing this huge value. It is allowing. Let me also check with another huge value. See, now it is giving the error. Why? Because Java is, see, if you see, this is not out of range, but still it is showing the error like this is a out of range. So in this case, we have to give L at the end of this number. Okay, so Java will understand, yes, this is a long type of number. Okay, so let's run it and check if L and L1. Let's check the output. It should not print, right? Yes, it is not printing because it is not a number. Actually, we are just telling our Java that this is a long number. It's a long type of data which contains a big number. Okay. So as I said, like when you are working in the calculation which contains the big number, like something is multiplication with something, then that second number is a multiplication with third, then fourth, and that is nothing but having total a big value that can be stored in the long. Okay, then fifth we have float type of data. To declare a variable with the type float, we have to write a keyword float float. Okay, F1, I'm giving the meaningful name, and we, as I said, we can store the decimal number. So 45.34. But if you observe over here, Java is giving the error. Type mismatch, cannot convert from double to float. So there are two ways. Either you write F4 here or float here. Or maybe I can give another value. 45.45634. So in this way, we have to initialize the float variable. Let's print the output and check if we are getting this f or float word or not. Yes, it is not getting, correct. So it should not get, right, because we are telling Java like this is a float type of variable, or and we are storing this float value. Okay. Oh, let me show you one more thing. Can I store 200 in float? See, this is a integer value, but yes, we can still store in F3. Yes, but see how we are getting the output. Although we are assigning the value, integer value to the float variable, it will be displaying a decimal value 200.0, but it will be not the case in integer. Suppose if I write here integer I1, okay, and suppose I give this decimal number over here, it will give an error, it will throw an error. Okay, float value or decimal value will not be allowed in integer, but yes, we can store float integer value in float, and the output will be displayed in decimal. Okay, so this is all about float. Now the next we have double. So to declare a variable of double type, we have to write a syntax double. Maybe I can store again decimal value. Okay, like this. Yes. Let's also store something big value. Yes, it's allowing. Okay, yeah, this we should not give, we should not use the same, variable name. See, because that yellow highlighted warnings are coming that you are not using your variables, then why you are initializing? So Java is very strict. Okay, why? Okay, now then we have char type of data. So to declare a variable with char data type, we have to write char, giving variable name as c1, and in character we have to only store a single digit value. Okay, like f, and then in single added comma and then semicolon. If you cannot store more than one character, C, it will give an error. Always character saves one single digit value. Okay. Then also we can store a number in character. Let's see. Can we store number in that? Yes. Character is not giving any error. Let's check if I store any special character in it. Yes, it is accepting. Correct. So let's print the value of character. Okay, f1 and end. Character also works in a different way. That is, it uses a Unicode system basically. So that we will see in the upcoming session. After the character we have boolean. In boolean, or to declare a variable with boolean, we have to write a keyword boolean, then b, and we can store, as I said, like we can store the value either true or false. So let me store false first. Okay, see, false I have stored over here. It is giving the error. One quick fix. Why rename b? Okay. See, again I have used b somewhere. That's what in byte I have already used. Let me use h over here. See, error has gone now. Okay. And always we need to give this false in small letters. Don't give like capital F and false. It will throw an error. We have to give in small letters. Okay. Let's print now because yellow highlighted warning is coming. How to change the value? As I said, write h equal to true. Now let's print again h. What will be the new value of h? True. It should be true, right? First false and then true. Okay. And if I write boolean once again, then it will give an error. Duplicate local variable. Okay. So I'm just changing the value of h from false to true. Okay. So this is all about variable and data types in Java, which is most important topic of any programming language we have covered in this session. So please understand this topic. Because it's very important. We will use all this concept in the upcoming sessions. So thank you for the time. Thank you so much.